So now the conversation comes on, hey, a person has finished their Quran. A young boy, young man has finished their Quran and is a hafidh of Quran. And this advice is really specific to the young men. Because oftentimes, as the young hafiz that finishes, there's this expectation, some of it from our families, some of it from our community, that, oh, mashallah, so-and-so is a hafidh of Quran, and now they're going to maybe lead Salah, maybe they will recite at gatherings, or they will lead Taraweeh, or they will lead the community in some capacity. And so I want to just make sure that we're doing all of this for the right reason, right? Remember, the pursuit of Hifz is to have a relationship and the companionship with the Quran, all right? That's for everyone, Hafiz or non-Hafiz, right? The second thing is, what was our niyyah? What was our intention for doing it? Perhaps when you're younger, it's difficult to really hone that down, that I'm only doing this for Allah, but your parents are rewarding you for every juz, they give you something nice. Okay, yeah, that's good, that's great motivation, and we should do that, I'm not saying that. But at some point, we have to reflect on our intention, that why did I do this? Did I do this so that I can be close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, have a deeper relationship with the Quran? That's something to keep in mind, right? So now, a new graduate, you're a hafidh of Quran, what are some of the things to keep in mind? Number one is that yes, perhaps the people will ask you to lead, perhaps people will ask you to recite, perhaps people will have you maybe give a talk, or eventually Taraweeh will be a responsibility, either at a local, maybe at a home or a community center or at a big Masjid. That's a big responsibility. Remember that all of this is a big responsibility, and so prepare for that responsibility. Live up to that responsibility so that the family members and community can recognize you and say, you know what, this is someone that is really living the message and the teaching of the Quran. And again, no one's going to be perfect, but the idea is, hey, I'm striving to maintain and close to the sunnah as possible. So what are a couple of things I want to share here? Number one is, a person that is going to be a hafidh, oftentimes the expectation is that they would lead the Salah. Well, ask yourself, hey, do I know my fiqh of Salah? Did I study it with a teacher, with a scholar? Do I know wudu, right? Do I know ghusl? Like, these are things that are important for a young man to remember, because if they're going to lead the Salah, we want to make sure that, hey, am I fulfilling the obligations of the Salah? What would break my Salah? What would invalidate my Salah? Those are things that you should be aware of. And if you don't know that, take an opportunity to find a teacher, an institution, an opportunity to learn that stuff. So number two, remember, there's a reflection of your character, right? How much of the sunnah of Rasulullah ﷺ are you embodying? Are you both internally and externally? Because that's something important, because again, when we make our salah as a congregation, or even just at gatherings, we always want to make sure someone who is upright, pious, righteous, leads in the salah. And so yes, try to make sure that you're living a life in where you have good character, you have the sunnah in your life, and inshallah, that responsibility will come. And again, remember, it's a responsibility, right? And with responsibility comes accountability, and with that accountability also comes great reward, right? Don't shy away from it, but just remember that, hey, this is an amana, this is a responsibility, and I can get reward if my heart's in the right place and I know my stuff. So hopefully this helps for the young hafiz that's coming out and perhaps is willing to lead and step up. Jazakallah khair.